Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. It was definitely chilly out there this morning. A little bit of frost on my windshield this morning. Jim, I know you were also talking about some frost on your windshield, and fog too outside as well.
Yeah, in fact, the Weather Service just issued a dense fog advisory for a few inland counties through 10 a.m., and I'll share that with you guys in a little bit. Patchy fog inland. The air temps are climbing, so we were around freezing back at 2, 3, 4 a.m. Most of you are coming above that, but I think still some frost on a few windshields while inland. So F&F, fog and frost for a few hours this morning, and then we're into the good stuff later this morning.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice welcome in these like wonderful temperatures, and we're going to have them stick around for a few days, which is very exciting to hear. A lot of people very excited to see it all happen.
Yeah, the big news here to warm up, no doubt. That's going to come with some rain chances, and that's often the case. If we get warmer in the wintertime, especially when you're pushing 70s, which we will be, usually that's going to come with a chance for some rain, south winds. So I'll time the rain chances out for you guys as well. We may get lucky the latter half of the weekend, but really Thursday, Friday, Saturday, dodging some showers.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Jim, and we'll talk about the rest of the forecast in a little bit. But before we do that, we do have a story out of Pine Tops in Edgecombe County. A young father in his 30s is preparing for a colon cancer surgery, and we were able to meet with him and talk about his story just because he's had a history with colon cancer in his family, and especially as a young person with it, just talking about the prevalence of, being checked and making sure that you're preventing the spread or before things get worse.
Yeah, and I checked. I was reading through the story. This young man, apparently, I think a half dozen family members have been diagnosed and dealt with cancer over the last 10 years or so. So the history in the family runs pretty deep with cancer, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look.
Yeah. Whitfield is just like any father. His 3 young children he loves dearly, 9-year-old McKenna, 8-year-old Noah, and 4-year-old Elena, and works hard to provide for them. But an upcoming surgery has Whitfield worried about being there for his kids physically and financially.
I'm just scared for them. I don't want them to lose their father, and I don't know how I'm gonna be after surgery. Or
mid-January, doctors found a 4-inch tumor on Whitfield's colon.
I never imagined it would be colon cancer. At 32.
According to the American Cancer Society, rates in younger adults continue to increase, with 1 in 5 new colorectal cancer cases in people under 55. And while Whitfield didn't expect it, cancer has already affected his life in many ways.
Everybody in my family that found out they had cancer in the last 6 years, 7 years, they died within 3-4 months.
That includes his mother, father, grandmother, and a brother. Whitfield also has Lich syndrome, a genetic condition increasing the risk of cancer, which is why he encourages people to learn about their family history to get a step ahead on preventative measures if needed.
Get the colonoscopy. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't bother you at all. You're not sore the next day. It's very easy. 20 minutes, 30, you're in and out. And it could save your life. Or it could show that you don't have a problem.
Tough story.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers to him as he undergoes his surgery. But yeah, I can imagine all the thoughts kind of racing through his mind considering the history in his family.
And at least he's dealing with it head on. I mean, a lot of people would kind of go into a shell. When you lose 4 family members in how many years? 5, 6 years or something?
Around then.
All the cancer, it's kind of a scary proposition when you're dealing with it yourself. So very courageous young man.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, let's talk about the weather now.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to talk fog first, and then we'll dig into the warmer air. Dense fog advisory just issued from the Weather Service. This is from Pitt, Greene, Lenoir, Duplin, Jones into northern Onslow counties. I say northern. By the time you get towards Jacksonville southward, that fog gets pretty thin, but Jacksonville, you may get some lower visibilities as well. So yeah, slow down a bit, use the low beams as you're out and about this morning, and give yourself some extra time. The visibility map, and indeed that red shaded area, that's generally a 1/4 mile, if not a little less. So that runs really from Ahoskie now into Windsor, Williamston, Bethel. Outside the studio, there's fog out there, but the visibility at the airport to the studio, half mile, which is doable as you head out. Thicker in Kinston, Snow Hill, almost all of Wayne County into Duplin, and then portions of, I would say, Jones and Oslo counties as well with that fog out the door. So yeah, just take it slow. That's what it looks like above the fog. Isn't that a cool shot?
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sun up over the low cloud fog deck. That's southern Pitt County. Usually you would see Grifton in the shot. I moved it a little bit to the left to catch that sun coming over the horizon. So that's what it looks like above it. Let's go below the fog. The airports in Greenville. 34 the air temp, above freezing. So no freezing fog issues for the most part. But still probably some frost on windshields. We were at 31 or so in Greenville back around 3 a.m. So the windshields were iced over. I imagine most of them have not melted away. So a little work there to be done. And again, that fog kind of hanging in. It has thickened in Washington now as well over the Pamlico River. Visibility has come down maybe a quarter of a mile, it looks like, just judging with my eyes. New Bern, visibility is better there, 37. Those numbers climbing in a big way later today. All right, headlines. Out with the fog by 9:10 a.m. And again, nothing but sunshine, lunchtime into the afternoon. Chilly start, mild finish with those 60s later today. Between the sun, with the help of the southwest wind at 5 to 10, they're working together to bring the nice warmer air in here. That wind tomorrow will go 20 to 25, getting us even warmer temps. We'll get into that in a sec. Satellite radar, composite. Let's roll that. That was sunset yesterday. I'm looping you all the way through the overnight. No precipitation, so the radar is quiet. And again, those low clouds. Infrared sometimes doesn't pick up that low cloud deck or that fog, but it's out there. We saw it through the Grifton camera. Air temps this morning are running, I'm going to say, about 10 degrees colder than yesterday morning, and that means we're at about 35. Inland, out the door, some freezing numbers over I-95, back up into Hertford County as well. And then right on the waterfront, upper 30s, Jacksonville, Beaufort, Hatteras, 38-ish degrees. And there's our breeze. Not quite enough to shake the fog out. It has persisted out there, and thus the advisory for a few hours this morning. All right, hang in there. We're going to be in a really good place weather-wise by midday into the afternoon. 60s out there, 63, 64. The breeze I mentioned out of the southwest at about 10 or so. I'll call that mild, depending on your perspective. Tomorrow I'm going to use the word warm. Watch why. The winds today, 5-10, southwest. Overnight, not a lot of wind, but tomorrow morning it starts to pick up a little bit. Front moving into Virginia late tomorrow, a little tighter pressure gradient. Southwest wind, 10-15, gusting 25. And that should get us into the 70s tomorrow. There'll be some clouds around tomorrow, but I still think rain stays out until tomorrow night. There's your 2-hour intervals. Today into tomorrow. Today low 60s. Tomorrow morning sun comes up. We're in the mid 40s. And we dig into the afternoon. The 70, 71, 72 degree high. Absolutely gorgeous tomorrow afternoon. Don't worry about the clouds tomorrow. No rain with the clouds. All right. Satellite radar. Stretch that map out. The wider perspective. Big storm out west. Cruising eastbound. Snow's flying in the mountains out west. Valley rains. Everything translating eastbound slowly. You can see we're good up and down the I-95 corridor from Maine to Miami. Nothing brewing. Tomorrow looks good. Cool in the morning with the mid-40s. We'll slap that warm over us tomorrow afternoon with those air temps generally into the 70s for eastern North Carolina. Looking good. Look at all the snow out west. That second low barrels eastbound. The initial front, that cold front I've got on there Thursday morning, sneaks into the northern counties, and that may knock the 70s out, maybe mid to upper 60s Thursday, with a few showers. The bulk of the data, I looked at a lot of different data sources, not seeing a washout on Thursday. A few showers, yes. A rain out, absolutely not. And again, temps kind of dip into the 60s there. That next low, let's track that guy. That'll be a stronger front, a little more rain associated with it. Keep the warm air. Friday, we jump back into the 70s, I think. And then a better rain coverage comes in Friday afternoon into the overnight. and it doesn't shake out really until maybe Saturday night, Sunday morning. There's Saturday morning rain, still hanging around Saturday afternoon, and again, a lot of the data keeps that rain a little further back to the west into Saturday night. I still think probably well into the 60s Saturday. Watch the warm air building over Texas, flirting with 80. They will be in the 80s central Texas, and then South Florida 80s in February. Good stuff. We'll watch those highs for us tomorrow, the mid-40s early. Here come our 70s. Oh, the model's not showing it, but I think we'll hit 70 tomorrow, and then do that again on Friday. It's a nice map. That cold air out west bringing all the snow into the mountains out west. All right, excuse me. 8-day forecast, 63 sunny degrees this afternoon, 70s tomorrow, and that little dip Thursday. I might have to go a little lower than that 69, maybe a 67 Thursday, but still very doable. Rain chance Thursday 40%, Friday 50%, Saturday 60%. A little better rain coverage every day, Thursday through Saturday. Saturday night still looks wet into early Sunday, and then we'll get it all out of here, as well as the warm air. We'll get that out of here. 60s to 70s through Saturday, and then Sunday we're in the 50s and falling. That 58 will be dropping Sunday afternoon the way it looks right now. By Monday, we're stuck in the 40s. With the wind blowing, it'll feel like the 30s. Winter comes back, 27 Tuesday morning. But that's next week. Again, pretty good news here as we roll into the latter half of the week. And this morning, again, watch out for the 2 Fs, the fog, and a little frost inland, but we'll kick those out and get the good stuff in later tonight.
All right, awesome. Well, great to hear that we are in for a warm-up later today, and of course, that's going to translate throughout the rest of the week. We're not going to think about those cold temperatures next week. Let's just enjoy this fool's spring while it lasts. Yes. Like you said, though, with the temperatures going up, also the rain chances being there as well. But for the most part, just enjoying the warm temperatures while they're here.
Yeah. I mean, this is a gift.
Yeah.
We're still in the heart of winter here, pretty much. High temps should be around 59, 60 degrees. So when you're talking 70s in February, it's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, we'll take it any day of the week. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We do have a few people over on Facebook joining us. I know Tony was mentioning yesterday and now today he was at the Daytona 500 down in Florida. Sounds like a really nice time to be there, 86 degrees, a little bit of rain though. But don't worry, 70s are coming our way here pretty soon, so it'll feel nice.
Yeah, we're going to be in good shape. Bernice is down in Duplin County. That's where the thickest fog is, and she's kind of reflecting that in her statement. So yeah, slow down, be safe and be smart, and give yourself extra time. Don't use that, don't pass in the oncoming traffic lane. You know, a lot of us do that. Very dangerous when that fog thickens up.
Yeah, please take it easy. And also good morning to Susan as well down in Stumping Point. We're going to be back again at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update, but thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.